Happy days and welcome to Jumlawala Speaks. If you're looking for a brand new life in a new year and looking for options to live in a new place, in a new country, I have got today the brand new information, top 10 countries of the world where you would like to settle down or at least try as a new venture. And these 10 countries and informations are completely based on, well, quite complicated calculations of economic theories, economist, human development index, which you call it HDI, but the data is completely based on the list which has been produced by United Nations. So top 10 countries where you can have a better life, you expecting to have a better civic situations, education, health, life in terms of expectancy and your future. So guys, let's start. Top 10 countries where you may wish to move in on number 10. The number 10 is Canada. Canada ranks high in education achievement. More than half of the residents graduate from the college. While its per capita income is lower, publicly accessible healthcare and education go a long way in placing it in a comfortable 10th place. Plus, while the US has dropped 3 places in ranking over the last 5 years, Canada has been jumped up 1. So if the trend continues, we could see it eventually edging us out of the top 10. By the way, Canada, happy 150th anniversary. Now, so guys, on number 9, Ireland, a beautiful European island. People in Ireland have a high life expectancy and living an average age of 82.7 years. The country has been a leader in gender equality. It was the first country to elect a woman head of state in a national election. And on International Women's Day, Ireland government announced it would introduce legislation requiring employers with at least 25 workers to prove they offer equal pay regardless of gender, ethnicity, sexuality or nationality. The country is already such a draw to visitors that it will have more American tourists than actual. Number 8. And number 8 is Ireland. The crime is very low in Ireland. The homicide rate stands at only 1.1% or 1.1 per 100,000 of people. According to the most recent data available, I'm sharing this with you. The 2008 economic crisis hit Ireland hard, with unemployment rate soaring almost the 15% at its worst. But with some help from the European Union, Irelands have proven that even countries are faced with crippling crisis, they can bounce back and end up towards the top of the list when it comes to education, health and income. Number 7. Number 7 goes to the Netherlands. The country has one of the lowest rate of income inequality in the world. It's 12.4%, and it has been continually decreasing since almost mid 1990s. From wind turbines to groundbreaking programs for former prisoners. The Netherlands progressive government does a whole lot in keeping the country near the top of the HDI ranking. HDI, as I mentioned in the beginning, Human Development Index. It had a comfortable spot in the first 10 slots since again 1990. Number 6. Number 6 brings us to Asia. Singapore. City could be slightly expensive, though people in this nation can expect to live long lives as well. The average life expectancy is over 83 years in Singapore. It sure is not the cheap as I mentioned, but if the Human Development Index is anything to go by, it pays off. While there is a significant discrepancy between men and women, it still has one of the highest overall per capita income on the list. It's a whopping $78,000 a year. Lots of shopping if you guys wish to move to Singapore. Number 5. Number 5 brings Denmark. Denmark. When comparing median wages between men and women, the gender wage gap is now 7.8%. For full-time employees, especially in Denmark. For comparison, the gap hovers at 17.9% in the US. What does make a Denmark special? A founding member of NATO, Denmark is in the top tier of countries with the lowest carbon dioxide emission. A natural nation. A nation also scores top marks for the universal health care. Medical care is almost free and higher education also free. In terms of overall life satisfaction, Danish citizens fall second only to Norwegians and Swiss. And now comes number 4. Number 4. Germany. As of October 2014, all universities are free for the residents and international students in Germany, where over 96% of the population has at least some secondary education. It has got more than just the most powerful passport in the world. Germany ranks in the top 5 largely due to its leadership in energy efficiency, technological development and higher education. 96.7% of its population has at least some secondary education, as I mentioned. As a result, the country has been positive job creation. With one of the largest economies in the world, the most populous nation in the Europe Union is steadily present on the world stage. Number 3. Switzerland. The country ranks high in overall health. On average, people live to age 83 and have a relatively low risk for diseases like malaria, HIV and tuberculosis. To understand Swiss success, it helps look at the whole other index. The small European nation came out at the top of 2017 Global Innovation Index, which looks at the country's performance in the space of innovation across its economy, political system and education. Turns out the country has a long history in the leading the way when it comes to the cutting edge in participatory politics, transportation, infrastructure and more to offer. It has retained the top spot on the list of 7 straight years and at number 2 has a pretty strong showing here. Now, wonder what you'd wish to choose. Number 2, Australia. Education makes up over 5% of the national GDP in this country, which is remarkable. Most students go to school for around 20 years in Australia. In Australia, things are getting better all the time. Since 1990s, it has improved in almost every single indicator. Most significantly, when it comes to income per capita, which jumped up full 53.8%. Here is one particularly staggering statistic. The average Australian child can expect more than 20 years of schooling, the highest on the list worldwide. In fact, it's a full 2.5 years more than number one country. And the last, but the most important, the number one country as per the UN list of Human Development Index to live in this year. And the country is Norway. For the 13th consecutive year, Norway ranked highest in the standard of living, life expectancy and education, thanks to the country's robust publicly funded healthcare system. The average of expectancy is 82 years. The westmost country in the peninsula, Norway is a world leader in more ways than one. It has a low homicide and suicide rates, is towards the top of the pack in the gender equality, and is relatively a green. 58% of its energy use is from renewable sources. Higher education is mostly free, and 95.3% of its population has some form of secondary education. It should be noted that the country also has a substantial safety net. In the 1960s, oil and gas were discovered offshore, and today has the world's largest sovereign wealth fund. So with this, I will leave you guys alone to enjoy a new year you all are looking for, and your personal plans ahead with your personal hobbies, aspirations, choices to live and settle down, or at least explore a new country in this world. Good luck to all your personal endeavors. Have a nice day, guys. Have fun. Thank you for watching Jumlawala Speaks. Love, like, subscribe if you wish to. Thank you.